Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna take a look at something that we have been told for ages, that if we do, we will go straight to hell. But today, I'm gonna see it here with you, with a kilowatt meter, if that's true. If leaving all these phone chargers on will take energy or draw energy without you even knowing about it. But we'll not stop here. We're gonna test a few other devices that we most of the time leave on standby, and we think that they're just good to go. They don't draw any energy. Well, first of all, let's turn on the power right here. And yes, we'll put the meter in watts. And I hope you can see that it says 0 right there. Now, let me plug these chargers. And as you see so far, it remains at super 0. Still 0. Now let me add another one. Yes, we have another strip with another one of those extenders or expansions, but this one has the USBs and the phone stuff, and you'll probably see a link on the description below for as many of these things that I have here as I can find, so you guys can buy exactly the same one if you want to. And yes, the links will be affiliate links, so if you buy from those links, you spend nothing extra, but it helps me in this channel. Now, as we see, we are still at 0 in the kilowatt meter. Let me turn this on. And it's not going anywhere. So now we have plugged a few things here. So let's try something else. And by the way, just for the skeptics here, this is where the cable loops in anyway, so there's no magic here. I'm not David Copperfield. Transformers. Well, let me plug it in right here. It's still open circuit, as I told you. There's nothing plugged in, but just you forgot the charger in the socket. That's all you did. That's the abomination. And as we see, yes, now the class 2, we are talking a different language. The old ones, they will actually draw energy from the wall. Well, 0.4 watts. To see it on a bill, you will take probably 3-4 years, but it's still drawing energy. That 0.4 watts, 0.3 watts is just too much to be on standby forever if you're not using this. So this one, it will take energy and will probably just keep heating for no reason. And as you see, as soon as I plugged it out, we have a 0 right here. Now let me put this on the side. And let's plug in a even bigger one. As you see, this is an 80-watt computer charger, whatever you want to call that. It's an HP. Okay, and let me plug it in, and let's see how much it spikes. Okay, 5.2, and now it's at 0. That's just the initial spike for the coils. Yes, there's capacitors and all that, and capacitors initially take a small kick to keep them afloat. So when you plug your device, you're not shocking it, so the capacitors take that hit through the resistors, and I'm not going to go any deeper on that. Let's wait for it to get some wattage out of us. And yes, it's back to 0.3, where it is expected to be, because there's an actual physical transformer inside, and that's what's drinking our beautiful amps or watts or whatever you want to call that. If you put in VA, 3.5, that's just mine, 0.3 watts. So this and this, believe it or not, on standby, take the same wattage just for being there, doing absolutely nothing. But you might ask, what if, for example, this was connected to a computer and we want to see if a computer on standby, after you shut it down, will take any energy? Well, we can try that right here. We have an old HP Compact, whatever you want to call it. Where's that? HP Compact 8000 Elite Ultra Slim Desktop. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, let's plug it in, I guess. That's the only thing we can do here. This is where it plugs. We see a tiny light right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on camera. There's a light. And it went 1.3. So yes, the computer will take 1.3, 1.2. Let's see until it balances, because right now it's going through the capacitors and all that good stuff inside. So let me give it a moment to get down to where it will be in true standby. keep in mind that 0.3 of this wattage here is taken by the charger itself, or the power supply unit. Let's wait for it to draw what it needs, and yes, looks like at 1.1, 1.2 is gonna be its playing field. Now let me click this one to turn on and see what it does. Okay, I just clicked the button to turn it on, and turn on, it goes to 34, 34 and a half, 35. That's not, because there's no load putting into here, there's nothing being drawn by the CPU. Plus, even if it was this CPU, I don't think it goes over 40 watts, so that's not a big deal. Now the fan is kicking in. Okay, and now we have a 43, almost 44. But let me shut it down really quick. Right now it's just shut down, and let's see when it goes back to 0 and back to 1.4. So we're talking about around 1 watt for the PC when it's on standby, just to maintain the BIOS battery and whatnot, and 0.3 is going to our power supply unit. But yes, these devices are bigger, and yes, they have what's called a class 2 transformer inside, the big nice ones, which is in miniature something similar to this. This is a large one, but they have a physical one instead of a circuit with an IC and all that stuff. So I hope you understand the difference here. And the reason that only these are drawing energy on standby and not the phone chargers, guess what the difference is? None of these phone chargers have a transformer inside, a physical transformer. All the electronic components inside here are, as it sounds, electronic. This one would be more considered as electric because it has that physical transformer inside, and that's what takes that energy out of here. Now, for the next one, we're gonna try a fun one, and it will be one of these fans. I have 2 of them. One is with a physical switch, rotary switch, and the other one will be one of those with the buttons. And I'm just gonna show you the head of the first fan here really quick, so you guys see what I'm talking about. It's one of these, just a regular Fisker's fan, not Fisker, whatever the name is for this one, that you just tap, but no physical dials. I'm gonna plug this one in really quick, and we're gonna leave it on off mode, as you heard the beep, I hope. I'm not sure if you did or not. It's drawing 0.3, looks like it stays at 0.3, just like all the rest of them, because of the buttons, and it has a chip inside and all that good stuff. So the modern, beautiful, buttony, touchy fans will draw 0.3. Now let me unplug this one. Okay, we are done, thank you very much. And the second one will be my Ryobi Air Cannon. It has a physical rotary dial style switch. I'm not sure if the camera will catch it. It's that switch right there, and it's the Ryobi. I probably shown it on video before. Yep, it's the 18-inch Ryobi, and we'll plug in the Ryobi. It's on the off position on 0, and let's see how much it takes. Okay, the initial 1.5, that's just kick in for the components, and as you see, the physical switch now truly cuts the circuit. There's no touchy-feely buttons here. You're dealing with a physical switch that literally goes from touching the positive that's going through to make that connection to completely disconnecting it. So now it's open, there's nothing touching each other. Versus with the buttons and the touches, you have physical connection still persistent there, because the whole switch is being done with a relays or whatnot that they use on them. So it's not a real turn off, which goes to the point of mini video that I made a while ago on my kind of dissatisfaction that all these devices are removing physical buttons. And you see now why. As you see, Ryobi with a physical switch cut the power to 0. A real 0, not 0.3, 0.4, real 0. And that is why I like physical switches, because they do a serious energy cutout. There's nothing going on. As per coming to the initial point of this video, if you forget your phone's charger plugged in and you just think that it's gonna overheat or take some wattage or spend energy, the answer is absolutely not. No, it does not, because it closes the circuit completely when it's on or plugged in to charge a phone, and it opens that circuit, that means disconnecting, when the phone is out of it. And yes, a lot of times, even if you forget the phone plugged in, which I highly suggest you do not, because your battery will become what we call bloated, like this one right here. As you see on profile, I'm not sure if the camera is doing a great job. This battery is bloated. Now, this battery is quite dangerous indeed to use on any device. I would not recommend anybody that you see a battery getting bloated, use it for any amount of time. That's it for that battery. That battery goes out. Find any shop or store that recycles them. Don't toss them on your garbage container. That's actually very dangerous, because when the city picks up your garbage and this battery decides to go ablaze, you're putting at risk all those workers that are working with a city waste or county waste or whatnot. So don't dispose them on your regular garbage. That is the main reason why you're always told do not dispose batteries there, because you can actually endanger people's lives with these. And I've seen them more than once go ablaze on the collecting stations where the city waste is managed. So to conclude this video, no, your phone charger does not draw energy when it's plugged in, at least the modern ones. But there's only one risk involved in leaving it here. If your house is not properly grounded, if your house does not have a surge protector, and there is lightning going outside, or there's a surge spike on your electricity, you are running a slight risk, but real risk, of this becoming a carrier. What it means is that the power will be so high that it will bypass the protections that are put in this system, becoming like an arc inside here and starting to melt it. And I've seen them go in fire in that case without having anything actually plugged into it at all. So that is the only danger that you're running, leaving them on the whole time. But in the other case, you could still say that, well, doesn't that apply if all those factors you said were positive? No ground and no surge protection and lightning going on or surge going on. Wouldn't it apply to everything else? Well, surge protective strips, for example, if they are real, not the fake ones, they can actually just usually burn the fuse inside and let you go with that. Most cases. There are cases that I've seen surge protective strips just start melting, and it just happens, unfortunately. But with that said, my suggestion is when you're done charging your phone, just take it out the socket, put it on the side, just have your brain quiet and sleep easy at night, and your computers and everything else, when you're done, just unplug them if possible. Obviously, if possible, if you have a big shop or studio, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff in my own studio here that I cannot unplug every time as I wish, but that's what I would suggest to do. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something, and if that's the case, please hit like and subscribe down below. And for everything I said, as I said, yes, I have an Amazon storefront that I'm an affiliate with Amazon. You can go check the links down below. If you decide to buy anything, it costs nothing extra to you. It only helps me in this channel. With that said, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!